There's no better feeling than a personal win, and the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you do just that. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouthwatering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Basketball team and our baseball team.
You know what I got in my front yard, Patrick?
What is that? A squirrel?
Oh, got plenty of those.
Okay, a coyote.
Rutting marks from a buck.
Really?
Well, it's the rutting season.
Okay.
They plow the yard.
Joe is showing them how to do
They're
that.
out looking for girls. They're
Yes.
out looking for girls.
And they must sense one was around because they just tear up the sod and stuff goes flying. It's in a couple of yards around.
Yeah, they have no self-control.
No.
They just, here it is.
Even amongst the Bucks.
Yes.
Undefeated.
Current conditions.
Right, it is. They will kill each other. They will run. They will put their heads down and run into each other for an hour
Of companionship.
Okay, but
for a little bit of a companionship. But the thing about them is they can take over like a harem, you know, if they win the battle. They can,
you over there. I take you in the back. You come on up.
They can take over the whole deal. So it's just they're just not fighting over one gal. Sometimes
They
they're
sure
fighting
shall
over-
tear up yards, I'll tell you that.
Oh, really?
Oh,
That's
God,
amazing.
yes.
So who diagnosed this for you?
A neighbor was showing me his marks, and I said, damn it, I got the same marks. I went back and looked. Sure enough.
So
you can
what-
see
what are
almost
they-
the hoof prints.
So what are they doing? They're just.
it's part of the
And he
pregame.
did. He went with the three-prong hoof there.
Were they fighting in your front yard?
No, I think it's they get themselves jacked up.
They're getting ready
They're
for the
getting
fight.
a pregame going.
Yes, right. So it's as that. You know what I used to call
They're
those?
getting
don't
themselves pumped up.
Real pumped up. Well,
You know what I used to call those?
Take your pick.
Urges. They get
Urges.
urges.
They get urges.
They get urges.
But
They go,
see-
here's a nice yard. Let's wreck this one.
But see, this is where we've separated ourselves from the animals.
But if you were in California, you wouldn't be able to see the rut marks because the grass would be that
Right,
high.
can't have
Oh, you can't cut it. You can't cut
The
it.
grass would be high, and nobody'd be so it wouldn't be a problem.
But humans draw the line, though. At some point, when those guys are fighting it out for the gals, one guy will say, she ain't worth wrecking the lawn for. She ain't worth wrecking the lawn for that. You can have her.
Getting rutted to death, having somebody run into you.
You know what's going to be great is we always are getting new listeners. We're discovering that, you know,
Yes.
with the advent of our YouTube channel and
Yep.
everything else. And people are going to meet, oh, man, I wonder what they're talking about after that big Vikings game. And they
Packers
come
finally
to
win.
Monday Night Sports Talk.
That's
They're
right.
talking about bleeping deer.
Well, that wasn't a very powerful victory, the Viking victory. Wasn't very powerful.
You know what? Once again, they were fortunate they were playing the Detroit Lions, who even when they pull out the game, still figure out a way to lose it. Right? Right. I mean, you just got beat by a 66-yard field goal in the same manner. You cannot play half-ass prevent defense with 37 seconds left when you got these guys kicking field goals from
Right.
60 on end. What was the winner?
55, I believe.
Yeah.
Those are 50-50 now. Those with most of the kickers, those are 50-50.
Yep.
You have to play the same defense that you played the whole game. You have to go after Kirk
Because you stopped them.
and make him uncomfortable.
I got to tell you, though, I'm a lifelong diehard. I was so rooting for it to go wide right just to see Zim's face
Well,
one
what
more
they
time.
should have done is let the guy run the ball all the way down to the 25. Then he would have missed it.
Yeah, right. He's good when it's 50 plus.
He's tremendous from 50 beyond, from under being the 49-yarder. What did he do? He didn't get it.
Detroit should have said, no, come closer.
Come on,
Clock
Ray,
it
go
right here.
Right to here.
Yes. What did?
I'm looking for the the stats here. I didn't see the game.
Well, you didn't miss
did.
much. I watched quite a bit of it. I watched.
So Cousins was 25 of 34 for 275 yards.
Yeah, he threw one interception. He was
He was
And one
okay.
touchdown.
He was okay.
But he's playing the Lions, who
Yeah.
not only are the Lions, but they're the injured Lions. They have a bunch of injuries, and how you manage to the last
Take it to the wire.
the last 2 weeks they've scored 26 points in the modern NFL. That's impossible.
Well, Justin Jefferson had 110 yards, I think, receiving in the first half.
But then they went to the cloud defense and
Oh,
we just stopped
boy.
throwing to him.
I didn't know we had a cloud
I don't
defense.
know. I saw him catch 2 when he was covered, so keep trying him, right?
I would say, when you need some yardage, throwing to him is probably not a bad idea.
What do you think the former MSU Mankato Maverick was thinking with 2 minutes to go in the game and he hadn't caught one and he'd been targeted once? That feisty little SOB. I bet his wife was getting ready to go on Twitter and rip everybody out.
Talking about Thielen?
Yeah, right.
Why didn't he get thrown to?
Cloud coverage. Pat just
I don't
explained
know.
it.
He was a
Cloud
decoy.
coverage.
I don't know what it was. They tried to throw to him once. My favorite play, though, you got to see this, Joe.
Yeah.
My favorite play is they're 3rd and 5, right? Then they're trying to get a drive going, and they're going to direct snap it Madison, the halfback, but we got to fake out the Lions. So Kirk Cousins pretends like the ball's hiked over his head.
Wait.
He thrusts his arms up in the air.
Yeah.
So the whole, like he's a pantomime.
Went way over my head.
It went over my head, and then he turns around, he stumbles, and I said, "You look like me tripping over the door stoop back in my drinking days." He looked like, and then the Lions. Meanwhile, the guy gets caught for a 3-yard. They
Right.
just suffocated. Throw a 5-yard pass.
And you
for
know
God's
who we
sake.
have to blame for that particular play? Brett Favre. Favre is the
Did
first
try
person
one
that
of
started
those?
doing that
Is
way
that
back. And
right?
everyone thinks it's cute now to
Yeah,
yep.
and especially with the fake.
The decoy.
What is that? I keep hearing snippets of the Vikings are too conservative. Have you heard that one?
Well, they did.
Zimmer's
wanna run the
conservative?
ball. Zimmer and then Clint. We're now mad at Clint. We were happy with Clint a couple weeks ago, but now we're not happy.
Who do they
with
got
Clint.
next? At Carolina?
At
the
Carolina,
Panther.
if they had lost Sunday and then lost at Carolina, although Carolina came back to earth because the quarterback threw 3 interceptions and he isn't that good. But if they had lost those 2, Zim wouldn't have made it through the bye week.
I don't think he would have survived had they lost yesterday.
Do you?
I
don't
think he would
would
have-
fired him before bye week.
Yeah,
but-
oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true because I forgot it's the bye week after that.
Yeah, but the bottom line is they aren't as good as we thought they were going to be. To me, they just aren't that good.
Okay,
Well,
Danny.
the other part too is that's just I can't figure out. Their defense is almost at times just as bad as it was last year. That's the part I can't figure out.
Yeah, they don't stop the run a lot better than they did last year, which they got as many fat guys as you could possibly get in there, and they
Can they beat Carolina?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can they beat Dallas?
no,
Can they
That'll
beat Baltimore?
no,
They can't beat the Chargers.
No, they
Can
might
they
be the
beat
best team in
Green Bay?
football.
yeah, they can beat Green.
They
Bay
can
here.
beat Green Bay here, not there.
Yeah,
Can you beat San Francisco?
No,
And they're
not
at Detroit
great.
again. How about Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh's not very good this year.
Chicago's playing pretty well.
yeah, they played very well defensively. yesterday.
Rams?
No,
What a day for Chicago! My friend Lavelle was excited as hell.
Oh, yeah.
The Bears won.
And the White.
The White Sox
White Sox
won,
won.
and the Sky won too.
Oh, I didn't know the Sky won.
The Sky took a 1-0 lead in the WNBA Finals.
did you see? By the way, the White Sox. I forget who it was. Called out the Astros again. He said, "Man, it's just surprising how much better they hit at home than they do on the road." So
Well,
they're
they got 6 runs yesterday.
right,
Not
but I
really.
just thought that was kind of funny that we're going back to that well with the Astros again.
I know we've talked about it a million times, but these are some of the longest baseball games
Joe,
in history.
yesterday, the quick one, the Whiteys and the Whiteys and the
Astros.
427. That one.
Woo!
427.
8.5 innings. The other one, the 13 inninger,
5-something.
almost 5:30. Mm-hmm. It's and the Tampa Bay Rays
I have a question about that game.
through 9 innings, the Tampa Bay Rays had used 9 pitchers.
So I have a question. I had a tirade that may or may not have been sponsored by Sierra Nevada yesterday. The ground rule double that was called after the Boston Red Sox outfielder basically kicked the baseball into the bullpen.
It's in the book, though.
It is in the book.
But what I thought was, I have always been under the impression that on a ground rule double, you can score a runner if it's clear and obvious that he was going to score.
Because I can't believe they didn't allow him to. He was going to coast home.
Yes, and why they said only 2 bases, but the option has always been there to score a runner if he's in a position that he was.
Because we all
obviously
remember
gonna score.
Jose Canseco with the ball off his head. That was ruled a home run.
Yes. Yeah, but this ball was on the ground. This ball.
Okay, so that's the difference. Okay,
This ball
okay.
had hit the ground. Otherwise, if it comes off the fence, hits the guy in the chest, still in the air, and goes over the fence,
Then it's
I
a
think
home
it
run.
is a home run.
Okay.
yeah, which would have been quite the play.
Oh, I had a tirade. I was so mad about that call.
So as we speak, Milwaukee's playing at Atlanta.
It was 0-0. I'll see if I can find you a
Brewers
score.
have no hitting.
At 2:30, Houston is at Chicago.
Yes. Which means, Joe, go to the bank. Go, go take a walk.
Yep.
Drink or mow the lawn.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be the 5th inning when you get
Tampa Bay at Boston at 6 p.m.
Yes, that's it. I'm looking forward to that game.
And then Frisco at L.A. 8:30 p.m.
I'm afraid it's my Giants are in trouble. My
Mm-hmm.
Giants, they managed. Logan Webb was great, but I don't know. So I got a report on my visit to St. Thomas Homecoming on Saturday.
Yeah, they'll Valparaiso.
I went over. They were playing Valparaiso. They had a crowd of, they have originally announced 6,000 something, and then they made it officially 7,000 something, overflowing. And I parked over on Marshall about 12:15 or so. So I walked by some houses, and there was some pre-homecoming hijinks taking place in these yards. And
Just as the way America intended it, damn it.
and there a lot of indiscriminate hollering for no reason. You know, it didn't sound to me like there was a reason in the conversation.
Okay.
But there was some. If I was the father of
Which I am,
young
a senior.
woman- a
Sophia
young-
was there
a
at one of
young-
those houses.
If I was a father of a young woman who was just maybe starting her college career at St. Thomas,
okay.
I'd be nervous. Because
Rookie Sweat.
there seemed to be some alcohol being consumed by people who weren't of legal drinking age.
Well,
from what
answer
I
me,
could-
puzzle me this, Sherlock.
Yes.
How many of those kids do you think actually went to the game?
I think most of them, because it was like a Wisconsin game. Mm-hmm. It filled up about end of the first quarter.
After.
What was
And then
kickoff?
they were
What
down
time?
in the ends at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, okay.
1:05.
How's that D1 press box?
Same as it always was. I tweeted out that same.
Still got
piece
the
of
same bugs,
crap.
huh?
Yes, I said we've had families of wasps, hornets, and bees who, for generations,
Right, just keep
have said,
like UST, keep coming back.
"This
is our house."
Home. This is our
They're
house."
alumni.
Yes, they are. They got the old crevices in there, and then here they come. They haven't spent $4 on the place, and
And as you're overlooking these beautiful buildings that they have, and it's still just the
But
shed.
I think now this is obviously it's homecoming, so that helps, right? And it was a gorgeous day too. That helps. But I think they've sold this. Now it's not St. John's. If it would have been St. John's, it would have had 10,000 there and would have. But I think they've sold this to the students. The switch from the MIAC.
the D1.
Yeah, the difference is you're not going to get any visiting fans.
Who did St. John's beat? It was 50 to.
50 Augsburg.
Well, isn't St. John's going to face this same pressure from the MIAC?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the MIAC. You know what they've done?
What?
They got rid of one very good team, and added 2 lousy ones. St. Scholastica got beat 72-7 by Gustavus.
Holy mackerel! That's a
Wow.
St. Thomas score.
72-7 by Gustavus. And they got St. John's coming up. That'll be 100 if they want it to be.
Yeah.
And McAllister.
Yeah.
That's who they added, McAllister.
Was that game in
McAllister.
St. Peter Saturday?
No, I believe it was up on. It was at Molosky Stadium. See, St.
Okay.
Scholastica doesn't even have a stadium. They play some of their games at Duluth, and some of their games at the public school stadium.
Okay.
They have no facilities. They do not belong in this league at all.
Did they even have a football team prior to this year?
Yes. They had one that was a powerhouse in the UMAC for a while.
Oh.
And then their coach quit.
What the hell is the UMAC?
St. John's beat them in the playoffs 90-0.
UMAC?
St. Scholastica.
What is the UMAC?
Is Upper Midwest Athletic
I see
Conference.
it right
Martin
here.
Luther Little School in New Ulm. New Ulm.
It used to be the Twin Rivers Conference. Is that right?
It's the UMAC now, and it has been for a while. And
Okay.
they have a hard time putting a football conference together. Well, Crown out in your country.
Sure, yeah.
They're in the
Oh,
UMAC.
they are. Okay.
That's
We yeah.
even by UMAC standards, Crown is struggling. But I gotta give you this headline. I gotta find it on my
Here it
Twitter
is.
account. This is from the St. Scholastica. Where is it? Come on, show me my Twitter. I didn't bring my glasses, which is always a problem. Okay. Here.
It is 0-0 bottom of the fifth, by the way, in Atlanta.
The damn Brewers pitch like great,
Yep.
and they can't hit. All right.
Here
Where
we go.
the hell is it? Come on.
I thought he was going to complain about my eyesight. I said, those are just cheaters. Those are drug stores.
Hey, how about our soccer team, man? Last night
Yeah.
they gave up 3 goals while they were long-handed. The other team was down a short. Come on, they were down a man, and they gave up 3 goals.
I have yet to be over to that soccer stadium on a nice night. Yeah, I
Beautiful
really can't
stadium.
wait.
Beautiful. The only thing is, the only
Beautiful.
thing wrong with it is they're playing soccer. Where the hell is this thing? I gotta find
That's
it.
what's wrong with it. Is there?
Well, I'm on your account. What
How
are you
about
looking for?
How about this Breland, man? He's a beauty, huh?
His Pro Football Focus ranking was at 103, and after the contest yesterday, he is now 109 out of 112 eligible cornerbacks. That's how bad he has been playing this year.
But he's still taught here. The headline on the Saints.
Here we go.
The headline on the St. Scholastica website: Saints unable to get things going against the Gusties.
Really?
72-7.
Ooh.
So Sinker, who used to be at McAllister, told me about a headline in the Mac Daily, which celebrated Mac's rottenness. Said the headline said, Scott score first, Concordia rallies for 91-7 victory.
That's almost Brew-like, isn't it?
Yes.
We scored first.
But the best one ever was Kurt Brown was the editor over there.
Yeah.
And when the losing streak was going, they lost national record 50 in a row. And they beat, and Tom Hosier came in. He was his second year as coach, and he was a hardcore redneck hard. And they beat Mount Scenario, a little tiny Christian
Great football program, yeah.
Catholic school, a school that was defunct in 2002. It stopped playing. This was 1980, and they beat them 17-14 on a last-minute field goal. And the Mac Weekly wrote like 3 graphs on the losing streak ending, and suggested that the kick was wide left or something. So
their own school paper was ripping them all the time.
yeah, making fun of them, yeah. So Hosier writes a letter to the editor of the Mac Weekly.
I'm remembering this.
Yeah, Mac, and accuses the staff
Yeah.
of using advertising proceeds that the Mac Weekly
remember this.
for marijuana and cocaine.
Huh.
And Kurt Brown wrote an indignant response saying, "We have never used any advertising proceeds for cocaine."
I remember that whole story.
Yes. Sinker said they used to say, "We don't have a drug problem at McAllister. There's plenty for everybody."
We never used any advertising
They
proceeds
just
for
got the
cocaine.
freshest new president at
Oh,
McAllister.
even more precious than the
See
predecessor?
if
You're
it's
getting
in
your
this
double
paper.
whammy here, I think, right?
Let's see if it's in this paper. A lot of boxes were checked on this one.
LBJT.
Well, no, I don't know
we
that. I
about
don't know
Okay.
that.
Oh, speaking of that, Joe.
There were a couple of boxes checked, though.
First female Latino.
That's what it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Suzanne M. Rivera was inaugurated Saturday as MAC's 17th president and the first woman and Latino to lead the school. All right.
Well,
Speaking of that, Patrick had mentioned the LGBTQ. Jordy sent us a note, Joe, and this is from the trusted news source, the Babylon Bee.
Right.
Experts predict the LGBT acronym could stretch around the Earth 3 times by the year 2050.
I saw that, yeah.
That's pretty good.
by the way, the president of your university, Julie Sullivan,
Yeah.
is she a doctor, by the way? Is she doctor?
I'm sure they're all
she's Dr.
doctors at that
Sullivan,
level.
yes.
yeah.
Well, during a break in the first quarter, there was an announcement that Julie was there and a long tribute to her fantastic leadership.
Wonderful.
And asking the crowd. I think Julie approved an announcement for Julie's fantastic leadership.
I
It was-
approve.
Yes.
Stamp the approval.
Did she read it herself?
No, but I think it came with the approval of the High administration that she's doing just a magnificent job.
You inspired me, by the way, Patrick. I took in number 1 Mankato versus number 2 St. Cloud on Saturday night at 6 o'clock.
Really? We got beat 3-1.
Yep, I had a wedding Friday night. Otherwise, I would have gone down Friday, but because I know you were going to be down there. But I couldn't believe how packed that arena was on Saturday night.
You know what? God, I worked in St. Cloud. I love the place, but St. Cloud's downtown sucks. It's
Old Division Street?
They just put building. If somebody wanted to have a little development, they just let them close off streets, right? I mean, they got buildings sitting in the middle of the streets. You can't find anything downtown anymore. You used to have a main street. Mankato's got her going. They got like 6, 8, 10 bars up that street there, and
I will say this, having a first-hand account of Front Street on Saturday night about 4:30, 5 o'clock, she was jumping, baby.
Pre-game, yeah, it's good.
How long did you stay?
Well, a guy's got to have a couple
Yeah,
before you go into the
what do
arena.
they charge
Alum.
for a beer at the game? About $6?
I didn't buy one at the
Okay.
game. I had a couple beforehand.
They're walking around with cans of beer, too.
Oh, yeah,
Which
yeah.
could be dangerous.
Well,
if
here's
a
what's
hockey-
funny.
Yeah, if a hockey crowd got upset.
They didn't sell alcohol at that arena, which used to be called Midwest Wireless. I can't remember what it's called now. Until my junior year of college, so not until like 99, 2000 did they start selling alcohol there.
Well, it's in a situation like that when you're trying to finance a program, you got to take the dollars. You know.
Oh, you absolutely do.
You got to take the dollars.
But I haven't been in a number of years, but the changes they made, that's a great place to watch a hockey game.
You should go see the offices and the training facility and the locker
I
room
bet.
and everything. They spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
But they told Hastings, who's a great guy, when they hired him, that they promised him all these
Upgrades?
all these upgrades. They didn't tell him he had to go out and raise the money.
My first ever Wild game, I was astonished to see people with, say, a Budweiser beer in a bottle. And I said to my brother, this is nuts. Somebody will get sued. They'll throw them. And he said, plastics.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Plastics, yes, yeah.
That must have been about the advent of the plastic bottle era
I think
back
so.
in
I remember-
2000,
I
2001.
remember you talking about
Yeah,
that.
you couldn't really sell the old broken beer.
Not at a
bottle.
hockey game.
Not at a hockey game.
No.
So our boys finally start Wednesday in Colorado, is it?
No, they're in Anaheim.
Anaheim.
Yeah.
Anaheim.
Yeah,
Friday.
they're out west.
It's Friday night.
But the openers a week after that. On a
It's next Tuesday.
right?
Yeah, a week from tomorrow. Yep.
Well, that's.
And we're excited. We're excited. You know, Kenny didn't want
good.
Patrick to jinx it, but
I
I think
good. I think they're good.
we'll get the Ruski back here, see if
You
he's
know,
still polished.
You're at Anaheim Friday. You're at Los Angeles Saturday. And then they're off and back here Tuesday.
I believe so.
Tuesday against the Avs. Who?
I don't know.
I can't remember who they open up against. If
But
it's Nashville or I can't remember.
here's the deal: the Avs are the loaded team, right? Mm-hmm. Starting goalie Darcy Kemper.
Really? I thought he was with the Coyotes.
They let him go. They
Really?
got him from them. They had the Duber. They let the Duber go.
Yeah.
Who's
Dub-
between the pipes for the Wild?
Well, the guy that carried him last year.
Cam. What's his name?
Cam Newton?
No, not Cam.
Kempersoft.
Talbot.
Cam Talbot, thank
He
you.
had a
Cam
great
Talbot.
year. He had a great year. And Colorado spent no money for goalie. They got Kemper and they got some backup that's just a rookie who hasn't played. I got this info from Mr. Hockey Judd. So it's not that I knew that Kemper was there. I didn't know he was the man.
My favorite Judd, and I was reminded this past week, is when Judd's getting all worked up over preseason hockey. That's my favorite Judd on Twitter.
goes to every game.
Oh, he loves it. Yeah, it's just fantastic.
That's,
I finally did text him, Judd, it's preseason. Calm down. You're looking like me on social media.
I was talking to him the other night. He said, "You coming to the game?" I said, "I just read in the paper they called up 5 guys from Des Moines.
Right.
That means they're going to play tonight. I don't want to go see 5 guys from Des Moines. I wouldn't go anyway." But
It is, Anaheim the 15th, and then the 16th, the LA Kings. And then their home opener is against Winnipeg on the 19th.
ooh, wow, that's a little early to be playing Winnipeg. You hate to waste those Winnipeg games early in the year. You want them down here in the winter.
Plus, you want those
Jets.
coveted West Coast games where it's warm. You want those in January.
Do you know who's in our 8-team Northwest? No, we're not Northwest. We Northwest? We're Northwest, right?
I think so.
Pacific. You know who's in our 8-team Northwest division this year? The Arizona Coyotes.
Really?
Well, they were last year too, weren't they?
No.
Oh.
Well, yeah, because of the change. But we're back to the old divisions.
Are all NHL lid lifters Friday? Or
No, I think
We are in the Central. We're in the Central in the Western
They
Conference.
got some Joe.
Wednesday, maybe?
They got some They got some opening night specials of defending Cup champions. But the Crackheads are playing
28th.
The Crackheads are playing the second game on their national television. But ESPN, they're back on ESPN, which is great for the NHL.
Which means that ESPN will actually talk about the
yes,
hockey.
they will bring it up again, and they have like 4 other outlets that are tied in with the ABC type elements. They're going to be on some ABC national games, and then they got, I don't know what else is ESPN.
The Ocho?
No, I don't think ESPN too. Yeah, they probably don't have to put it on the Spanish language one, but they're going to have they're going to hundreds of games between all the outlets. So
I discovered
That'll
I
be
have
good
Major
for
League Baseball Network,
You
By
just
accident,
discovered
you
that
discovered
now?
that?
but not in the garage,
oh, really?
just in the house.
Well, the MLB Network.
Do I have Major League Hockey Network?
I don't know.
Major League Baseball has given up on their TV package to the point that they had a playoff game on an NFL Sunday on the MLB Network. Yeah. That was the outlet for it.
Wow.
The first game, the Rays-Red Sox game was.
Yeah.
Yeah. They played the one that lasted.
Do they just realize they're
the
not
one
going to
that
beat
lasted-
football, so what's the
one that
point?
lasted for 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
By the way, speaking of that, so I was on MLB.com, and they have a story, gentlemen. When was your team's last playoff victory? MLB.com.
Ours was
2013?
The Twins?
It was
No.
against the 2004 first game against the Yankees.
ALDS Game 1, October 5th, 2004, against the New York Yankees.
And did we get hosed the next game on the Joe's double? Was
Yes,
that the next
I'm still
game?
mad about
I believe
that.
it was.
That's
Was that
my
the next game?
1998 Gary Anderson.
Johan Santana throws a gem in a 2-0 win over the Yankees. But that's not the longest one. That's the second longest drought.
Okay.
Do you know who has the longest one?
The Lions.
This would be baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah. Ruck, you got a guess?
White Sox.
No, they just won the World
It wasn't
Series.
Series 05, yeah.
Well, and Joe, by the way, the White Sox just won yesterday.
Yes, that's
Okay.
right.
All right.
Cleveland.
Nope, because Cleveland was in the World Series.
Damn it.
No.
It is the Seattle Mariners.
Oh, yes.
October 20th of 2001, the ALCS Game 3. That was the team that won, what, 116?
116.
Yeah.
116 and 46.
And they haven't been to the playoffs since, correct?
No, they have not. They almost made it, and then they lost the last 2 games this year. Otherwise, they would have been in a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they got outscored by 50 runs and were still in playoff contention, and which made no sense whatsoever. But
Are they one of those teams that has a lot of good young talent on the way too? Aren't
they
they?
got a few. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't focus on M's games. I watched more Giants this year than I watched anybody, but I was absolutely mystified
at how the hell are they doing this?
But now that the Dodgers beat them up one game today, now you go to Game 3 and who am I breaking out? Scherzer.
Where are we tonight? At Dodgerville?
They were at LA. Yeah, 2 games at LA. Yep. So they got to win one, and to get it back to San Francisco, I don't think they will.
Nope, I don't think they will either. And if the Dodgers get on a roll, no one's beating them anyway. I don't think. Not even my Rays. But the Rays aren't even going to get past Boston. They're going to end up screwing this up.
Don't worry about it. They might.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it became official, but the Red Sox potential starter for today's crucial Game 4, Wiley lefty Martin Perez.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he was with them.
Yeah,
they can't start him in a playoff game.
Well, they ran out.
I guess they probably don't have any other options.
The guy they were going to start today had to pitch 5 innings yesterday, Pavetta.
So this morning I was reading Peter King's. He does that Monday morning quarterback deal, and he was just filleting Urban Meyer in it, basically. Mm-hmm. And he said, he got advice from Jimmy Johnson, and Jimmy Johnson's 0-5 team, though, made one slight move that helped them 32 years ago. Today was the Herschel Walker trade.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh. Wow.
Remember those high expectations in that first run where the shoe came off? Let's go.
I think he kicked it off on purpose just for dramatic effect.
Herschel Walker, the freaking shoe comes up. Oh, that was Alfred Anderson. That's right.
That was Alfred.
That's right.
Yes, but if you would have surveyed the crowd leaving the Metrodome after that game, Mike Lynn was a genius, right?
Yes.
After the Herschel Walker debut against the Packers, right?
Yeah, it was against Green Bay. Yes, yeah.
But it was a dumb f***ing play when his foot was, shoe was coming off, up the line screen. We were hollering, take time out. We had a f***ing trap play called, and his f***ing shoe comes off.
Never
that ain't Bob Schnauker's fault. We have another f***ing trap play, and if Finney picks up his f***ing feet, he walks in. Everybody booing the shit out of him. He works his ass off. They put his picture up there, and the f***ers boo him.
We'll never tire of that.
No. As I told you,
I forgot.
In the Burns family, when you turn 15, they play the Schnauker tape.
The unedited version.
They play the Schnauker.
It's like
is Grandpa.
It's like a bar mitzvah, a celebration,
right? Quinceañera or something like that.
Welcome to the adult side of the family.
You're leaving the kids' table now.
Yeah, right. Yes, here's Grandpa Burnsy.
God, his son-in-law thought he just. They had story. I saw, as I told you, out at Fort Snelling, and they're all. 4 daughters and the 4 sons.
Could you imagine having Burnsy as your father-in-law?
Well, you were. I got to tell you. Did I tell you the Iran one?
No.
You saw him in Iran?
And his son-in-law is the greatest guy in the world and thinks Burnsy's the greatest guy in the world.
Right.
But he's of Iranian descent.
The kid is?
Okay. The son-in-law was dating his daughter.
Right.
And Burnsy called somebody in and said, Hey, I got a question for you, such and such, she's dating this guy from Iran. Yeah. Aren't we at war with Iran?
He had to call in an expert.
The guy said yes, but not specifically him.
Yeah. But Burnsy had to call in a pro.
She's bringing Iranians and then bringing war.
Are we? And the guy, I can't remember the son-in-law's name is. He's a great guy.
Mohammed.
He's been told the story, and he laughs harder at it than anybody.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Are we at war with Iran?
What a beauty!
Oh God! Yeah. He was football, then golf. Then the hell with the rest of it.
Right.
Guy. Boating, too. He had a boat out on the
Did he coach anywhere after he left here?
No. That was it.
Okay.
91, he died. He was how old was he? He had to be mid-60s probably, huh?
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's a year older than Bud.
Can't even go to the bank today.
Oh,
no, if you say you're going to the bank, you're lying.
Columbus/Indigenous.
As our guy J.L. Coven said, it's Indigo Girls Day. What was he doing the Trump impersonation?
He died in May of 2021. So how old was he? He was, holy buckets, he was what, 80? Close to 80?
Who?
Jerry Burns?
When he gave up coaching? No.
No, I was looking when he died. was just last May.
Over the
93. He was 93.
93. Man, look at
God
steel
almighty.
crap he got that.
God, you're a math whiz, aren't you?
I didn't freaking study.
Do you ever, how old are your grandkids?
Yeah, they range from 20 to 1.
Okay, so like the 7, 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
You ever see them do math now?
Yeah.
The right answer isn't good enough.
No.
You got to show
Yep.
your work. Mm-hmm. I was talking to my grandson, 2 months ago, and I said, well, it was 7 times 8, right? 56.
56.
Right? Yeah, right. He said, no, you got to show.
I haven't seen that part.
You got to show. You got to show how you get there. I said, yeah. You multiply 7 times 8, and it's 56.
56.
That's how you get
Boom.
there. You can't have the right answer. You have
to explain.
And if you show your work and get a wrong answer, you're going to get more credit than if you just say
Have the right
7
answer.
times 8 is 56. I suppose they're afraid of the calculator, huh?
Yeah.
Google.
Is that it?
So yes, we're here, and we're celebrating. It's called Columbus Day. Another radical left, they were saying it's the Indigo Girls People's Day. And I said, no, it's not. Okay? Once you let them take away our great Columbus Day, they'll come for everything. They'll take Christmas next. Because that war on Christmas, we're still fighting it. And with Sleepy Joe in there, I don't even know if we'll see Christmas. I don't even know if we'll see Christmas this year. That's how bad it is. But as I always do on Columbus Day, to honor Columbus, I have lunch at Sabara's, one of our great Italian restaurants. And, I order the pepperoni pizza, because, I'm using the accent because not racist and very worldly. But I go to Sabara's and then I golf. And every year I use a Native American caddy, okay, to show sensitivity. So I go and I stop at Mohegan Sun Casino, which is, Italians don't get their own casinos, but we were nice enough to give them to other people. But we're racist, right? We're racist, far left. And I get a blackjack dealer and I say, are you Native American? And the person said, I'm actually Chinese American. And I said, close enough. You're caddying for your president today.
Close enough.
Oh, God.
I wonder, with not having Don around, does it hurt him?
No. I think
He's still plugging
he
along.
got a deal with somebody, if I'm not mistaken.
But he'll just come on and do stuff randomly as if I'm still on the other side of the fence or, when I'm still laying in the weeds.
Indigo Girls.
Indigo Girls.
All right.
I have a hard time pronouncing indigenous, so
Indigenous.
that's bad enough.
Because you're going indigenous.
I'm
indigenous.
making it like 4 syllables, and it's probably only 2. Huh?
Yes,
Is that
big-
right? I have a added syllable problem.
Yes.
I do. Yes.
Is it the number of amateur ophthalmologists?
Hey, before we go, what about Zim and the cousins in exchange?
Zim was mad. I don't care what.
You think so?
He
Yes.
looked-
when he gave him the push.
Yeah,
When he grabbed
I thought
him,
so.
When he grabbed him by the shirt, he was fine. But when he gave him the push, hard push, he was mad.
Really?
Do you think he was startled by cousins grabbing him?
No, I think the grab was okay because the grab.
Okay, yeah.
He's he's 65 or something.
Right.
When you grab, he's feeling scared, but all of a sudden you gave him a
Wow,
push.
okay.
He gave him a 2-handed push, and he was agitated for about
He
6,
looked
7 seconds.
He
was
looked
mad.
like it. His face was mad.
Well, he's had a lot of health problems. You push him like that in a crowded sideline, he could tip over, hit his head on this turf, and
Because the security
not
guard
know what planet he's on.
grabbed him too.
yeah, he got
after
in the
that.
way.
Yeah, he was. I don't care what anybody says, and today I'm sure they'll
Smooth it over.
sugarcoat it.
Did
and say
anyone
that-
ask him about it after the game?
Yeah, and they were. Yeah, well, no one know. I mean, he was brushing it off.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear any of it.
But just look at it. you
Yeah,
know.
I did. I agree with you.
The video.
Yeah.
The video tells the truth.
It didn't
He
look
was-
like fun.
No. Plus,
See?
he also might have thought we shouldn't be quite celebrating as
Right.
wildly for
For
beating,
beating the
Lions.
Detroit Lions.
Lifting
we
up the
had-
guys
when
that
you're
missed twice.
When you're 10 ahead with 4 minutes to go and you stop them in their territory, and you end up having to kick a 55-yard field goal to win.
See, we did cover sports today.
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
did.
did.
Yes, we did.
And that's
Oh,
how
by the
Joe
way.
and Pat
There you go,
end the
new
show. And they
listeners.
say,
I got the look, by the way. I forgot to mention this to you. Friday night, we were at the wedding, and I had the phone up there while they're giving the speeches,
sure.
reading the dinner, and she looked at me and she said, "What are you doing?" Well, I was watching the Rays Red Sox game on my phone. Yeah, I got the look. I got to.
Who was
pull that
getting married? A
I
relative?
think you sent a picture of that, didn't you?
Yeah, I tweeted it out. Yes, I
Who
did.
was getting married?
The Faribault Lakers designated hitter Mitch Johnson tied the knot,
I
Patrick.
bet Mitch really cared if you were paying attention to the speeches or
In
not.
fact, he came up and said, "What's the score?"
see?
Yeah.
But a good baseball player getting married out of season.
That's right. You always wait
right.
till after Labor Day.
That's the Stearns County League rule, getting
Yep.
married out of
There you
Labor
go.
Day.
I got the look.
Okay.
That qualifies
All
the
right.
look.
That's a look.
Oh, yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
You got her.
Well, you still overachieved, Grant.
100%.
Yes, you did. I think she needs a clinical examination between the ears, but that's okay.
Monday Night
Maybe
Sports
check
Talk.
her eyes, too.
See you later.
Check her eyes.
See you later.
This is Patrick Racy for The Canopy Group. Your kids are back in school, and when they get home, they do their homework, or they're supposed to do their homework. Why don't you do your homework? You have been with that same home and auto insurance company that has only one agent who represents only one insurance company for years. You deserve options. Let's face it, your insurance needs change as the years go by. Insurance companies' rates certainly change as the years go by. That is why the Canopy Group provides you with 16 options, not 16. Don't tell your kids, but you can outsource your homework to the Canopy Group. They will teach you how they find the best insurance coverage for the best price, not only today, but each and every year. Contact the Canopy Group at 800-967-3389 or visit thecanopygroup.com and let them do the homework for you.
Hey, GLers, it's Reavers here once again for Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold. And as you've been hearing over the course of the last couple of months, Josh asks you one simple question, and that's always, do you know what you own? You see, Josh's clients, they always know what they own. And Josh has found that most people that he meets with every single day, well, they don't. They absolutely have no idea. Josh has also seen retirement portfolios that have a big percentage in bonds. And there are real instances of people paying more in commissions and fees than they can possibly make on the rate of return that those bonds currently yield. So Josh begs of you, know what you own. And you'll hear from Mr. Money Talk later today here in Garage Logic to give you a specialized report on the goings-on in the market today. Trust is often overused, and it's even harder to find. Please, you can take it from me that you can trust Josh. So give him a call today for that free 48-minute financial consultation, and you do so by calling 952-925-5608. Once again, that's 952-925-5608 for Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold.
EcoFun has e-bikes in stock. And why is that important? Because every other bike retailer is out of stock and will not be getting new e-bikes until December or January. You can't even get one for Christmas from them. The weather is warming up, so if you are in the market for an e-bike, scooter, or ATV, go to EcoFun right now. EcoFun Motorsports in Forest Lake. Talk with Tim Bloom, the owner of EcoFun Motorsports in Forest Lake. Tim and his family will help you select the e-bike that is right for you, and they will deliver it to your front door in the metro area. Right now, EcoFun has Bentelli e-bikes and Yamaha Motor Assist bikes in stock. EcoFun also carries the full line of Yamaha scooters, motorcycles, and a wide variety of Yamaha ATVs, including ATVs for kids. Check out EcoFun Motorsports in Forest Lake and online at ecofunmotorsports.com and tell Tim that old bicycler Patrick Racy sent you.